Hi folks, Wooden Boat Dan here, January 16th, 2023. Thought I'd give you a little update on the peeler skiff build. So I started this project December 18th was when I unboxed and started laying out the pieces. So I'm about a little less than a month into it, and I'm really happy with the progress I'm making. I've got about 40 hours, 42 hours into it so far. And in theory, it's a 250-hour build, but it'll probably take me longer because I'm customizing some things and I'm kind of a perfectionist. So anyway, I'm going to chat here for a minute and show you the boat, and then after that, I'm going to give you some time-lapse videos. The first one is me stitching. This is a stitch and glue boat. So you stitch the panels together with wire and then you epoxy the boat together. So my first time-lapse video is me placing the 3 bulkheads in place and stitching them in place. Second video is me stitching gluing the left side panel of the boat in place, which is about 15 feet long. And then the third one is me epoxying the transom in place. I chose to epoxy it rather than wire it. A little bit different than the manual shows, just because I wanted to get epoxy all the way around the perimeter of the transom, not just in the not just where the fillets are inside the transom. So anyway, I'm gonna give you a little tour here and chat. Okay, so what I did yesterday was I built this dolly here, and this is, I'm going to be moving the peeler skiff onto this dolly. It's on casters. So I built this for a couple of reasons. One is that the boat needs to be lower than it currently is. So there's the boat. So it's a 3D boat now. I got the transom on and everything. So the boat's too high off the ground now to work on the inside. It was a perfect height for what I've done so far, but now I need it lower. So this dolly is lower to the ground. And also this dolly is on casters, whereas I'm on sawhorses right now. So I get it on casters, I can move it around my garage. You know, my garage is barely long enough for this boat, really. And so I wanted to be able to move it around. So anyway, you can see the stitches of wiring. There's the outside on that, and then here's what it looks like on the inside on that bulkhead. Or if I can find it here, find my camera, right there. So let's see here. I'm going to go up here, and then you can kind of see. So there's the first bulkhead, second bulkhead, third bulkhead, and then the transom behind that. And so in this bulkhead here, those center sections will be cut out. And on this bulkhead here, this whole center section will come out between this tab here and the same tab on that side right there. Here's a transom. Now this thing has got fiberglass cloth on it and epoxy. And I sanded it all down, and when I varnish this thing, it's going to be really pretty. It's going to be a bright, almost looks like a mahogany, so I think it's going to look pretty good with the rest of the boat. And over here, what I did was I used little screws with a small piece of plywood to hold the side of the side panel in place against the transom while I glued it together. So you can see, well, it's hard to see, but way back in the crack there's some epoxy. And then I'm going to be filling this section here with epoxy there. And then on the outside of the transom, it's a little easier to see here. Let's see if I can get the camera in the right place. Yeah, you can kind of see there's epoxy around there. So anyway, so this thing is all epoxied into place. So I will be able to take these little placeholders out. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm really like I say, I'm really super happy with the progress so far. And this is really a fun boat. I really want to have it done by the summer. Can't wait for that. I want to give a shout out to my grandkids, Nora, Walter, and Otto, Frankie, Lois, and Ruthie. Love you guys. So that's about it for this video, except for I'm going to show the time lapse now of me stitching and gluing the boat together. So stay tuned for that, folks. Have a good day. Bye-bye.